G'day guys, I'm Jono and welcome back to another episode of Alrock Adventures. This is the Moto vlog series. This is episode number 4. So today we're talking about safety gear on dual sports and the compromises that we make. Obviously we're in two different worlds. We've got the dual sport situation where we can ride on the dirt, we can ride on the road. So there's always that fine line, that little bit of a balance that we've got to make between focus on safety for the dirt and then focus on safety for on the bitumen or on the road. So let's go for a little bit of a ride and talk about it. So I'll chuck the most important thing on first and let's do it. Oh yeah, before I go, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for these moto vlog videos. This is obviously number 4, like I said, but these come out every Thursday afternoon at 5 o'clock. So if you're keen to keep watching them, yeah, subscribe, and hope you enjoy the video. Alrighty, let's go. Oh, we've got cattle on the road already. That didn't take long. Alright, so whereabouts are we today? We are in southeast Queensland. This is part of the Scenic rim, this bit of road. Really beautiful area. Pretty much be spending the entire summer down here. Hello, you mook out. So the little ones you got to watch out for, they get spooked a lot easier. You don't know which way they're going to go. And they're just going to run down the road. Yeah, can't go wrong in southeast Queensland. Look at these places you can ride. Well, there's really nice dirt roads. Alrighty, so let's start talking about the main reason we're here today. Safety gear. Obviously we make a big compromise as dual sport riders as to whether we focus our gear for the road or focus our gear for the dirt. And that focus probably comes a little bit from the background in motorbike riding you have. Obviously I come from a dirt bike riding background where I did a bit of motocross as a junior. So I naturally focused more towards the dirt bike side of things, whereas if somebody had started their experience on motorbikes, on road bikes, they probably learnt a lot more about their wearing jackets and heavier gear and that sort of thing, so they're probably more focused on that. Alright guys, I just pulled up here at an absolutely spectacular spot in southeast Queensland, up on top of a hill. It's beautiful. So I thought I'm just going to pull up here, continue this vlog, talking to you guys like this. So I'm going to actually show you what's going on with the gear that I wear as well. So when it comes to dual sport gear, we've got to make that compromise between going to one side where you're focused on your dirt riding, or the other side where you focus more on your road riding. It's really hard to find that balance. There's a lot of companies doing a lot of good things these days which really split that difference. But for me, as you can see, I probably aim more to the dirt side of things. So we'll go through head to toe what we're actually going to be, what I personally use, and some of the options that you can use. So up top here, body armor or upper body protection. I used to wear an actual proper full body armor suit. I've gone away from that. I've just decided to go a t-shirt underneath, and then I use this Alpine Star vest, which I find super comfortable. And then for the arms, I just run these sleeves, which got a bit of padding on the back, and there's so much ventilation, and you get a bit of breeze up in here. Probably get a little bit of sunburn there as well, but that's all good. And then if you are in a situation, you just throw a jersey over top of this and it really doesn't impact you much at all. So some of the other options you can do with this is go to the adventure jacket sort of style. I put that more to the road style category, which they're big, they're heavy, they've got the armor built in. A lot of it's removable, but the textiles, like they're built for abrasion resistance on the road. I find you start adding a lot of extra weight, and then when you get onto the dirt, they're going to be quite uncomfortable, because there's just all that extra weight at slow speed that's going to become hot. And on a hot day, we're in Queensland here at the moment, so it gets hot very quickly. You get up near 40 degrees Celsius. So yeah, you got to be careful with that. So yeah, that's pretty much what I use for upper body. I mean, you can just wear a jersey. Realistically, that offers zero protection. Unless you've got some sort of armor underneath it. Yeah, I wouldn't wear solely a jersey. All right, moving on from there, we've got gloves. Hands are pretty important to keep protected. Obviously, when you come off, they're going to be the first thing that hits the ground. So there's a couple of options here. Well, it's probably more than a couple, but the two that I use are, this is an adventure style glove. I use these when I'm on the road section. So I bring 2 pairs of gloves. So I've got these ones to ride when I'm on the road. And because they're so small, I chuck the other set in the little bag or whatever I've got. When I get to the dirt, I just swap gloves, nice and easy. And that way, if you get wet as well, you can always put the other gloves on. So these are an adventure style glove. A lot of extra padding on the palms. I'll come up here so you can see that. So that's got some abrasion resistance here, a little bit extra here, and it's a really nice leather. And a bit of knuckle protection on the back, a little bit of breathability. So obviously you don't want to be too hot on the track. And then the other style of glove that I wear, I've got this little here. These are just straight up pair of motocross gloves. Very basic. They're still nice leather palm, so they are going to protect you quite a lot. Even at slow speeds on the bitumen, they'll definitely help. But yeah, those highway speeds, they're not going to do too much. All right, so that's gloves. Moving down into the pants and the legs. So these are a motocross pant. Well, not quite a motocross pant, more of an enduro pant, but they're definitely off-road orientated. They've got some little pockets here. These ones are the Fly Patrol racing pants. Probably one of the favorite type of pant that I've ever used, really. I used to always race motocross. I think these are just as comfortable, but with those added pockets. And you've got some breathability, you've got some extra zippers here to do up and whatnot. Underneath that, I always got a pair of padded shorts on, just for that little bit of impact protection. And underneath on the knees, I've got some knee pad sleeves. I think they're the from EVS. I think they're the TP 199s. Really good. Heaps of extra protection. So yeah, there's a lot of impact protection there. No strength protection, I suppose you'd call it, from like your knee braces. But yeah, that's where you got to come up with that compromise once again as to whether you want to stop your knee from bending in the wrong direction or sacrifice a little bit of weight and comfort and go to the more comfortable just pads. Moving down into the boots. This is one spot where I do not compromise on the safety side of things. I only wear motocross boots. A little bit less comfortable for just walking around. If you pull up at a cafe, yeah, you're walking in, they're going to make noises, they're heavy, they're not as comfortable, but way better on safety. So yeah, I would make sure you always wear motocross boots. These are the Alpine Star Tech 7s. I find when it comes to boots, nothing beats Alpine Stars. There's some other good brands, obviously, City, Gurney, whatever they're called. Yeah, the boots. Alpine Star Tech 7s. You can get like the Tech 10s, the Tech 5s, depending on your price point. These are, I think the Tech 7s are probably the best value. They're sort of mid-range, well, a little bit above mid-range in their price point. They're about $500, but well worth the extra money. Helmet that I use, I've got the Cardo connected to that, and this is pretty basic helmet. It's a O'Neill Series 2. I've been trying to buy up all of these because they don't make them anymore, but they're very impressive helmet for the amount of money that you spend on them. They've got in the inside, they've got spots for speakers. This beak somehow on the highway when you're sitting on 100, it doesn't lift up at all. It's somehow, I don't know, there's some sort of voodoo magic going on there, but for a motocross helmet, it's super comfortable on the highway. Protect your eyes. What have we got here? We've got a pair of Oakley air brake goggles. Any goggles are going to do the job. Just make sure you got them. You don't want to bug in the face at 100 kilometers an hour. It can be quite painful. And yeah, I think that's about it. That's what I wear. There's obviously, so yeah, that's everything that I wear. Obviously, there's a lot of compromises that you can make. You got the left side, you've got all like your hard dirt stuff that's focused on that, which is all good for impact resistance, no good for your slide and abrasion resistance. And then you've got your road side of things, which is more your adventure jackets, your big heavy stuff, which is going to be better on the road. It's going to stop you from getting those grazers and all that slide resistance. But yeah, when you start going slower on the road, you're going to start overheating. They're just not going to be as comfortable. So yeah, that's my take on the safety gear we ride using on dualsports. So hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and keep watching these. Hopefully they'll continue to get better. But every Thursday, 5 o'clock, don't forget, Alrock Adventures. Your #1 place for all your motorbike content. That sounded natural, didn't it? I'm out here talking to myself, no one else around. But that's all right, because look at the scenery. So yeah, good chat. So yeah, obviously this is the part where that compromise really comes into play. Obviously, when it comes to the safety side of things, the boots are covered, the helmet's covered, the gloves, these are pretty good, but because I've sacrificed the added protection of the heavy jacket and the heavy pants, I run that risk of having less abrasion resistance if I was to come off on this stuff. But being that this isn't my primary focus, riding on these tarmac sections of road, that's more about me getting to where I want to go to have my fun out there. So take it easy. Obviously you can still crash at any point on any type of road. Definitely possible. So always be prepared. And you make your own mind up as to what you feel is the best compromise for yourself. These are just my thoughts and my ideas. It works for me. Find what works for you. Peace out, guys. Stay safe.